All right. Hey, welcome back to the Go4Ceo channel. This is John the Bomb. Building others means business. And today we're doing a little bit something different for you on the Go4Ceo channel. We're going to go over a webinar with some great colleagues, entrepreneurs, people that have invested some time and effort into an incredible website called E to E, Make the Move. And it's been really awesome. I haven't promoted it enough, but today you're going to go through about a 15, 20-minute webinar here that I think you're really going to enjoy, because you're going to be thinking like, hey, these are the possibilities of going from from employee to entrepreneur. I'm thinking entrepreneur this whole time, right? So I talked to you a lot about entrepreneurs, right? And I think that's the first mindset that you have to have, is that if you're working somewhere, don't take it for granted where you work, right? Unless you're being treated like total crap, then why are you there? First of all, if you hate it, why are you there? All that type of stuff. But if you have a good job, right, and you're trying to grow and you're thinking about entrepreneurship, I want to challenge you through this next 15 to 20 minutes to think about yourself as an intrapreneur, employee, to then become an entrepreneur. And what's your plan E? It's time to map out your escape route. So let's get started, baby. All right, let's get going. So, hey, a few warm-up questions before we begin. Which three areas of your life do you want more freedom and control over? And think about these questions that you're seeing on the screen here. Who I work with, my creativity, where I live, having more fun, my time, where I work, caring for family and friends, doing something meaningful, or buying stuff I want and need, right? These are just about 7 to 10 real, questions here that will jog the way that you're thinking of why you become an entrepreneur, right? What are some reasons, some things that you're going to be able to take freedom and control over? What are some areas of your life that you could take control over? Now, write some answers. Take a pause right now. Write some answers of those 7 or 8 different choices. And if you think of your own, write some answers on a piece of paper as well. All right. So what are your 2 whys? A lot of people, when they think about their why, they're thinking about possibly people, right? A person, an individual, a family member, a friend, someone that's inspired you, maybe an old teacher, right? That inspired you, a old colleague, someone that you work with now. Like, what is the person you pour your money and time into the most? No judging, right? It's for yourself. And then the thing, the accomplishment, the pursuit, the lifestyle, or the dream that drives you. These 2 things are things that you start to really be able to build the pyramids of why, right? Your 2 whys, the person or thing. So I'll give an example, right? Before my mom passed in 2014, one of the things I always had on my mind is being able to afford her a Mercedes, right? She had always wanted a Mercedes, right? And I worked so hard to be able to do that before she passed away. Now, I didn't actually hit that goal, so I'm just being honest. But, it really was something that I wanted to see, that joy in her face, drive a Mercedes, right? Back where she came from in Colombia, she did have money through her dad that had built a pretty nice lifestyle. But coming to America, she paid the price, came here, put me in good schools, and gave me a good life, right? But it was one of those things, just as a person, right, to help her in her retirement. She retired officially in 2011 and then passed away 3 years later, right? But what are some things too to pursue? Right now, lifestyle. I've got 3 girls, right? Do you have any kids? Are you single, but you want to travel the world? How do you want to live your life on a daily basis? What are some things that you could do? What if money was no object and you could do all the things that you really want to do? I mean, that's some exploration of your mind of why you want to move forward. So if you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build it for them, right? For theirs. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Our mission here at E2E Make the Move is to empower people to live life on their own terms by helping them gain more freedom over their time and money. How do we do it? We help people make the move from employee, or what I like to affectionately call intrapreneur, to entrepreneur. Now, why entrepreneurism? Well, the right kind of business and ownership is the greatest way to create freedom over time and money. And that's the two things that we're really talking about when you're becoming an entrepreneur, is how to control time and money. You know, there's a lot of professions, right? I'll give an example. Doctors, don't kill me here, but hey, you know it. If you're a big time doctor, you're making $500,000, $1 million. You're making really good money. You may have a beautiful home, but you're on call all the time. A lot of times you're working 60, 80, 90, 100 hours a week. So there's some things that lack, right? If you're a CEO of a company, of a traditional, regular kind of corporate America company, right? A top 500, Fortune 500 company, a lot of times you're not experiencing the full freedom of time and money, right? It can be very demanding. And look, in your own business, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I've had my own business in 3 different industries: the telephone business, right? Telecom, the automotive, and the financial business. And the right kind of business can really give you that pure time and money. The wrong kind of business ownership can be the worst thing, worse than even being an employee. So it's crazy, right? So when you punch the clock for someone else, you're on their time, earning their money, creating their dream. Now, plan A, when I've been an entrepreneur, I've looked for those promotions, right? I've looked for those opportunities. I've looked for those growth in my base salary. I've also looked for, and my plan A at times when I've been an entrepreneur, how do I maximize my variable comp, my bonus comp, my compensation side of sales, right? Because I've always been in sales. And if you're in a different, type of business, I'm sorry, employee, like IT or network or marketing or HR, how do you maximize the variable comp that you can have at your business? Plan B is actually getting a new job, right? That's what most people think. Like, well, if I'm not happy here, where can I go to be happier? Where can I go to make more money? Where can I grow to have more opportunity? That's typically a plan A, plan B. But we're going to challenge you today, as you watch this whole video, is to think, how can we spare time, part-time, full-time, grow into an entrepreneurship level so that you can control more time and money? So plan E, entrepreneurship lifestyle. Owning your day means flexibility and freedom, working wherever you like, and with whomever you like. Escape plan. Smooth transition is the operative phrase for the E to E playbook, which enables you to pursue success without losing stability. I'm in the business acquisition finance side as well as personal finance. And, it's interesting, right? I have a lot of people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s that call me up either through brokers, business brokers, or just contacts of CPAs, stuff like that. And, they want to buy a business or they want to start a business. And I actually lead them towards more buying an existing business that is profitable, that is showing good net income, so that you could kind of launch into something that has a system, a process, an ability to create. And a lot of times when you're buying an existing business, you could actually keep your W-2 job if you truly love that, but you want to build a portfolio of other things that can build. That way you can grow something so that you don't lose stability as well, right? An easier way, right? Starting a business is far less risky when all the big obstacles and questions have been cleared out of the way. And then experienced leadership. A lot of times people buy existing businesses because they can keep some of the management team or the leadership inside there beyond the ownership, the founder. They buy into franchises, right? You buy into a franchise because they have a system, a process, right? A system means save yourself time, energy, and money, right? So, I'm an acronym guy. I'm John the Bomb. Building others means business. And by the way, I'll take a quick, short commercial break to subscribe to the channel, become a Go4Ceo community member on Facebook, and build up and become a subscriber so that we can grow this thing, keep on going, and build the mindset of employee to entrepreneur. So, all right. So experienced leadership, let me not take anything away from that. Plan E is the path of helping hands, right? So our plan here that we've developed with some of my colleagues is experienced E to E leaders who guide you every step of the journey, right? And that's really a big, big deal when you think about becoming an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur. All right, next slide. Having a plan is the difference between hitting a dead end or hitting the mark, right? Look at this maze. That's life, right? We know it. I mean, you're watching this, you're taking some time to really learn of what this E2E movement is on the Go4Ceo brand. And if you don't hit the mark, you can kind of be slight off, right? So it's Plan E essentials. You want to have the risks, the reality, the mindset, the answers, the people, the options, the E factor, right? So some of the risks that we can talk through that can end an entrepreneur's dream. Well, hey, look, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm working as an employee. I'm thinking about buying an existing business. I'm thinking about starting a business. I'm thinking about software, something I can develop. And then I think about the high startup costs. Do I have the funds? Can I get the lending for that? Do I have family, friends that maybe are more successful than I am that will, back me in supporting me financially? Do you have a system and a process? Are you creating marketing? Are you building technology? Running out of cash? Too little, much? Too little business, right? You don't have enough, then the cash flow gets disrupted. But too much business, and I'll give an example. I just met with a potential client, this week, and they're doing about 35 million in business, and their projection is to grow to 100 million in gross revenue. And it's interesting because the one factor that could hurt them is too much business too fast, because their cash flow is really not doing well based on what they can project out and paying their employees and getting the materials and supply chain and all that stuff. It really can hinder your business sometimes when you do too much business. So developing a cash flow, we just talked about that. Legal, contracts, and issues. Hey, let me tell you something. Having a great CPA, a great attorney, a great business banker, those are 3 ingredients at the table of your business to be able to think about, right, in a traditional sense. There's other non-traditional businesses that we'll talk about later today too, but the reality is the most rewarding success will also be the most painful to earn. Now, I will kind of defer a little bit here, right? No pain, no gain, right? We've all heard those, right? And working out, those people that like to work out. But, in business, you have to pay the price and you have to earn it, right? In sports, you have to pay the price, you have to earn it. In success, you have to pay the price and you earn it. Now, if you follow a great system, you follow great leadership, it can ease that process so that the painful side of earning it can be lessened. But no doubt that you have to put in the work. So easy, hard, worth it, not worth it chart. I'll kind of blow through this here real quick. Low skill job, not worth it, not, kind of too easy, right? High skill job, worth it, but is it more on the easy, hard, high paid manager, low paid manager, entrepreneur? It's hard, but it's the most worth it. All right, the reality. Many quit in the dip, thinking they've failed when they pay off may just be a few steps ahead. Have you ever noticed, that you may be, as an employee, struggling, and your manager comes to you and you're trying to think like, well, man, should I just quit? The pressure's too hard. And maybe 2, 3, 4 months later, you create that slope of activity that now grows, especially in sales. I mean, a lot of us go through the ups and downs, right, of sales, right? But no matter what division of the business you're in, marketing, HR, operations, networking, IT, all that stuff, there's going to be dips. If you do not quit, and you read even like a book based on concepts from The Dip of Seth Godin, it talks about many quit when their efforts outweigh the reward, but they're so close to a high reward. So the mindset, you're either growing or dying. Stagnation does not exist in the universe. That's Steve Siebel. He's a great author. Struggles every successful entrepreneur will face when starting out. Okay, look, let's just go through it, man. Let's rip the Band-Aid. Business often comes before family. At the beginning part of your business, of any business, even when you're buying an existing business that already has success, you have to put in the time, the first 90 days to 180 days, and maybe even 12 to 18 months. There is more time with that business than there is with your family. Constantly hearing no, especially if you're going scratch If you're developing something new out of the ether, some new idea, you're going to get a ton of no's because nobody knows about you. Nobody wants to flow you, cash flow you, right? 9 to 5 work is replaced by 16-hour days, a lot of times, nights and weekends for the first 12 to 18 months. You have to let negative people go from your life as much as it hurts. You know, that moment in your life, maybe today when you're watching this video, you're telling yourself, man, I want to go to the next level. I ran across this Go4Ceo channel. You know, John recommended me that, you know, or a friend recommended me to watch this. And I'm thinking to myself, what are some people that are negative in my life that are kind of holding me down? And maybe not purposefully. Maybe they're doing it just because they're afraid to be left behind by your success. So think about it. Keep those people a little bit further away from you. Don't spend as much time with them, if any. But just know the comfort zone is a thing of the past. Having fun is indefinitely paused at the moment, right? Pay the price up front, and emergencies are your responsibility. So, are you mentally tough enough to cross the entrepreneur's mindset chasm? Others own your time and money if you currently work specifically for someone and you're not even in that entrepreneur mindset, you know, but if you could start to leap that, even as an entrepreneur, and I've taught this a lot, and I have a book coming out that talks about that entrepreneur to entrepreneur mindset, but you own your time and money on this other side of the quadrant. 4 mental toughness tips for new entrepreneurs. So, hey, you know, you're taking this journey, you're watching this video, you're thinking to yourself, man, I'm getting excited, man, I'm getting pumped up. I'm going to start putting the person I'm going to do this for, the things I'm going to be able to do with the money that I'm acquiring and building, right? But apply sustained concentration on the same goal for years. That will be your toughest scenario. I know the no's hurt. I know the people that are negative around you hurt. But did you know that sticking to it for long enough to create success is actually probably the number one thing that will destroy your entrepreneurship? So you have to be mentally tough to have sustained concentration for that goal that you have. Use emotion to motivate yourself. Surround yourself with inspiration and excitement. Use logic to steer the business. Embrace data, metrics, and brutal honesty. Perform in the face of fear. Push forward like someone with nothing to lose. Do you have enough grit? Right? I'll let you read that, right? So grit is sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years to come. All right, the answers you must have before making the move. All right, hey, look, it is very, very important to take these next 6 blocks and understand how it is that you're going to go from entrepreneur, employee to entrepreneur. The industry, where will you build your business? The market, who will your customers be? Differentiator, what special secret formula do you offer? Product, service, you know, what will you sell? What are the financials? Solution, what big problem are you solving? That is a huge one. And if you're in an industry that can do that combination where you're not solving necessarily for the solution, but you found a solution in an industry to be able to solve big problems, that's huge. And the ability, what skills or talents do you qualify for? In my book coming out, I talk about assessing where you're at. You know, AOA, assess, organize, attack. That's an acronym. You know, I love my acronyms. John the Bomb, building others means business, right? If you assess where you're at, what your current skills are, and how you qualify to be able to get into a certain business, a certain industry, a certain way of, you know, getting to the next level, you know, that's where you'll have to impact the next things that you have to learn and hopefully surround yourself with the right people to grow. So the people, as we were just talking about, you choose to be in business with, or more important, hold on. The people you choose to be in business with are more important than the business you choose to be in. Woo! Look, that can be so true, right? I mean, there's some franchises that just the support mechanism is not that good, but you didn't investigate it well enough. You didn't talk to other franchisees, and now you're stuck. You know, there's some network marketing businesses, some, you know, direct distribution businesses that don't have the right leadership, and you didn't vet out some of the leadership, right? So it's very important. If you're not going to go 100% on your own, it's very important to know who you're going to business with. So who you partner with will impact you. All right, it's a tongue twister sometimes. So hey, success, reputation, happiness, attitude, momentum, values, and your income. Those are the impactful areas when you choose the right partners to be in business with. Core belief: independent business owners lose when they go it alone. So, there's a famous quote, right? I can't remember who actually said it, but it says, if you want to go fast in life, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? They win when they depend on one another. So encouragement, experience, guidance, camaraderie. These are things that we believe as an entrepreneur are success rate skyrocketers, right? When they work together, the E to E model leverages teamwork and experience mentorship so anyone can start a business with great support and less risk. All right, alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. The options: it doesn't matter which way do you grow, right? The E to E movement can help you make a smooth transition from full-time employee to full-time entrepreneur. Doesn't matter if you work 4 hours or you work 40, okay? The reality is, what matters is you have to choose right now over the next, amount of time that you choose to go to the next level from entrepreneur employee to entrepreneur is, do you want to do the spare time? Start slowly and steady, make strategic steps to build momentum. Do you want to go part-time knowing that, hey, you work 9 to 5 somewhere else, right? Are you willing to work 5 to 9 for you? Did you hear what I said? You work 9 to 5 for someone else building their dreams. Are you willing to work 5 to 9 for you? And then last one is full-time, buying a business, an existing business especially, starting off if you have enough capital to kind of get through that runway of startup, investors, all that type of stuff. So, all right, many people are working full-time, but also pursuing their business passions on the side. Inc. Came out with that scenario that said that because as an entrepreneur, the nice thing is nowadays with technology, you don't have to necessarily, quit your job to go full-time and start to be able to do that, right? You can actually build something on the side, right? Not necessarily a side hustle, but a real business that grows something. You're not just, I guess you're not just, delivering something to make a buck today. You're actually building a business to do something, as an example, right? So the E factor: every entrepreneur must consider adding a digitally enabled business to their career portfolio. Remote business capability is through the roof. In 2020, we're in 2023 right now. The pandemic hit, and many of us didn't realize how strong technology was to be able to allow us to have more flexibility. How do we build videos, text, emails, web prospecting, software to manage contacts on mobile, presentations designed on screen like you're seeing today, submit business, make sales online, tools to build online presence and generate leads, and digital team and tools. All right, so those are incredible checklists and things that now you can build a remote business. So plan E essentials: just live it. The lifestyle of an entrepreneur is the freedom to control your time, make your own decisions, and pursue your potential. The entrepreneur lifestyle enables you to be your own boss, set your own schedule, work from anywhere, focus on family and friends, earn without limits, and become a leader. What then is freedom? The power to live the way one wishes. There is an easier way. Plan E. E to E. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, to be a part of this conversation, part of this movement, along with our Go4Ceo brand and John the Bomb, building others means business. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become of the movement, our Facebook group, Go4Ceo. And let's keep rolling with this mindset of taking you from employee, entrepreneur to entrepreneur. We appreciate your time. Again, thanks for everything and enjoying this message. If you want to get a hold of me, you see it on the bottom right corner there. That's my mobile number. That's my direct number. Please text me. Let's set up a time, 15, 20-minute conversation, and we get a chance to walk through what it is that you're thinking. Are you thinking of buying a business that we need capital to be able to fund that? Are you thinking about starting a business? Are you thinking about joining into an entrepreneurship organization that already has a system, a process, a way to build something in an industry you're really excited about? Those are different things that we could work to do to help you grow yourself and go for CEO.